is Here and Now at 99.1 in Eglinton West.
Lovely fashion models have been strutting the latest fashions and accessories all week at Toronto Fashion Week. But tonight, the tents come down, the show wraps up. This year saw big designers, some bold colors, and even some barnyard animals on the runway. Sarah Casselman is Senior Fashion News Editor of Fashion Magazine, and she joins us with a Fashion Week wrap-up. Hi.
How are you today?
I'm fine, thanks. Thanks for being in the studio. What designers really wowed you during this Fashion Week?
I would say Lucien Matisse. He was a definite standout for me this week. He kind of kicked the Fashion Week off in a grand ballroom at the Fairmont Royal York on Monday. And he's very much the consummate showman for Canadian fashion. And this season was no exception. Beautiful, intricate lace work, sweeping ball gowns, very high slits. Angelina Jolie, I'm sure, would approve.
Oh, yeah.
and lots of feathered creations as well. So really showcasing his fantastic creativity.
Who else?
Pink Tartan, always a crowd pleaser. This is Kimberly Newport Mimran's baby. And, these are pieces that are very wearable. I think that's important.
I have a few of their pieces. Yeah, they are. They're good for work, but they're a little edgy.
Absolutely. That's the thing. Edgy it kind of sexes up your everyday basics. So she has fantastic riding jackets, interesting skinny trousers. This season she showcased a ton of outerwear, which was great to see. As Canadians, we all need our coats for fall and winter. Lots of shaggy fur coats, classic camel single-breasted coats that would be great for 9 to 5. So some fantastic offerings at Pink Tartan.
What kind of trends are on the radar for fall-winter season?
This week we saw a ton of texture mixing, and that means wool with leather on blazers, particularly leather sleeves. We saw lace being intermixed with silks and chiffon. So just a really interesting way, particularly if you're wearing head to toe black. I think it's a great way to kind of mix it up a bit by mixing your textures.
So you mentioned black. Black never seems to go out of style, but are there some hot colors on the horizon?
Absolutely. We saw at Joe Fresh that there was a real retro feel to the colors. Very rich yellow mustards, rust, cranberry, so very rich autumnal palette. And then we also saw some fantastic jewel tones as well. Pink Tartan last night showed a wonderful emerald green that was really refreshing to see on the runway in a sea of black.
Yeah. Enough with the black, right?
Right.
I see that we're both wearing pink, and maybe that's the reason. We're tired of the black.
It's true. It's very true.
That we were talking about barnyard animals.
Right.
One of the models, one of the shows had models strutting on the runway with piglets. Please explain.
So this was the Korhani Rug Show. And it was a show, but it's not particularly a fashion show. It's more a rug company that is branding their rugs in a very creative way. They take their rug designs and make various clothes, and it's very costumey. And it's a fun way to kind of showcase a brand in a very innovative fashion. And indeed, they had little tiny piglets also in the models' arms as they came down the runway. And so it was fun. It was kind of like a circus that we were watching, and it was a great way to, as I say, to really showcase a unique brand. And really, it was like a walking art exhibition. You're seeing all of these fantastic patterns that you're going to see on your rugs and carpets on someone's shoulders.
Okay, rugs as fashion. Why not? So this show was geared more towards female fashion, but there was a men's line as well. What did you think of the men's clothes by Ezra Constantine?
Yeah, so that show was last night, and indeed that was a great show. This was their second season to show here at the Tents, and it's great. I really liked their chunky knit sweaters. A really great item for guys, and best of all, girls can borrow. So it's kind of almost a unisex item. So buy it for your guy, and the best part is you can wear it too.
How healthy is the Toronto fashion industry?
I think it's great. I think looking back 5 years to where we are now, things have really grown. I think the location as to where the tents are, being right in the downtown in Toronto, is fantastic. There's a real sort of energy there. And I think when you look at Toronto as a whole, we're really coming up to the plate with fantastic new designers, tried and true designers as well are churning out new collections. And every season there's something new to offer. And I think it's great. I think also Canadian models who have gone and conquered international runways. Heather Marks, Fashion Magazine's current cover girl, Anaïs Pouliot, she was walking in the shows as well. Kate King, who was recently at Louis Vuitton for Paris recently, is in Joe Fresh the other night. So they've come back to participate in Toronto Fashion Week and to celebrate Canadian fashion.
And we should celebrate it. Go
Indeed.
out there and buy a Canadian designer.
That's right.
Thank you.
That's
Sarah Casselman. She's Senior Fashion News Editor for Fashion Magazine. Fashion Week ends tonight following a 9 p.m. runway show at David Pico Square.